Hello, welcome to Broomwood Farm and a story about Susan. So we're in the midst of lambing, and as many of you know, a few weeks ago, about a month to 6 weeks ago, I picked up a free Texel Cross ewe and 3 blue Texel rams. They were living in a field by the road. We managed to find the owner. It happened that he actually wanted to get rid of them to a nice home, and so myself and Mason said, we will take them. And so Susan arrived on the farm. Now it looked like they hadn't been sheared for a couple of years, and so the first thing we did when we got them was shear them, basically so we could see their body condition. Now Susan bagged up really quickly, and I was like, she's going to give birth before anybody else in my entire flock. She didn't. Here are our lambs from the season so far. But Susan continued to hold on and hold on and hold on, and annoyingly, because she's held on, she's now down. Now we're not entirely sure what's wrong with her. I've been chatting to the vet this morning. She is humongous. She has had some discharge, so I'm thinking lambing is imminent, but she's so weak she can't get up or down. I've got her on twin lamb drench 4 times a day with some extra molasses for some energy, but we know that she's not getting up because she'll plop down and then you just find poo where she's pooed. So we've had to make a bit of a decision. Ready? Good girl. Oh, are you okay? Now that decision is to induce her. It's not ideal because I don't know when she's actually due. You don't want to induce too early because before 2 weeks the lambs haven't got a chance. So I'm thinking she's not too far off. So it's basically at this stage it's her or the lambs, and I want to keep her alive. You'll notice how thin she's gotten. Look at that ridge along her back. She's quite sunken here now, so the babies have definitely dropped. But the other thing that I noticed today when we were getting her up is her bag has all but disappeared. Now I think that's because she's putting every single last piece of energy into producing the lambs, which means the effort and energy going into producing milk has been forgotten about, and now she's producing lambs. They might be dead. Maybe she's off because they're dead, and now we've induced her, she'll just push up 2 dead lambs. However, I think that this morning I saw some movement. I think I saw some wriggling. There was a knob on her side, kind of pushed it. It felt like a couple of hooves. I'm sure they moved. So I'm really hoping they are alive. Obviously, if they're born, they can't go onto her because she won't be able to support them. So I'm hoping now that she will give birth in the next 24 to 72 hours to a healthy lamb or 2, and then we can save both her and the lambs. I had quite a long discussion with my vet this morning. He was actually just around the corner, so he dropped off the steroid injection for her to induce her, and he thinks this is the way to go, and I kind of think we've talked through the pros and cons. I think that is the way to go. I've also got some Metacam because I think her lambs are going to be quite large, so I've got some pain relief for her when she actually goes into lambing, and I've also given her a big dose of antibiotics just in case they are dead, because if they're dead she needs to be dosed seriously. Other than that, everybody else is looking quite nice. They're all getting really close now. River and Ophelia and Beatrice and Connie, Portia There's another Juno right over the back there, Coco. They're all looking, and they're all supposed to go in the next few days. So fingers crossed that they go, but even more fingers crossed that Susan has a healthy lamb or two and is herself okay. Well guys, it's 24 hours. She looks like absolute crap, but she has gone into labour. So we're going to try and get these lambs out and then see if we can save her. I will say she looks really, really bad compared with yesterday because I think she looked thin anyway. We knew she was thin, but the babies have now dropped, or the baby. So she literally looks like skin and bones. But we're going to do everything we can. Fingers crossed.
Hello, darling. I know it's rough. We're going to get those babies out of you.
And at the same time as Susan's going, Portia just had a little boy.
Little boy?
Yeah, little boy. He was Superman pose, so he needed getting out. I think she's probably got another one. And Susan is so weak she couldn't push. So Mason basically just had to have his hand in there for about half an hour, just trying to make her contract, and then eventually got the head first, no legs. Little girl, very, very weak. But it's gradually coming around, so fingers crossed. Oh. Well, that was a nightmare. Because she was induced, neither of the lambs had a chance to get into the right position. She has had another one, and that ewe lamb was coming out Superman pose, so one leg forward and the head, but her head was also twisted right back. But she is alive.
They're both girls.
Susan's, touch wood, okay at the moment. So the plan for these guys is now we are going to bottle these. I'm going to get some velostrum made up in some bottles and leave them. We're going to leave them with Susan though, because I feel like it's going to give It's going to give Susan a reason to live, a reason to keep on going. But she has no milk. Look at her now. Look at now. She's had those lambs. Awful. So we're going to pump her with as much food as she will eat. In fact, she had a third dinner between lamb 1 and lamb 2. So, fingers crossed, everybody makes it. In the meantime, Portia, that's her ram lamb, and she's had another little ewe lamb. go. You're getting bored of the sight of this lambing barn yet? So here we are, it's Saturday, so we induced Sue on Thursday. She had her babies yesterday, and now it's the morning. I mean, the good news is she's not dead. She's not brilliant. She's past the placenta, so that's good news. She's very diarrhea-y, but that's not massively unexpected. I often find with ewes post-lambing they get the diarrhea, and also yesterday she got pumped full of everything. She had meds, she's had multiple meds over the past few days. She had a crap load of twin lamb yesterday, which is high in sugar. She had molasses, which is high in sugar. She drank almost 2 buckets of water. She had about 5 scoops of feed just to give her enough energy to stay alive. So I'm not surprised that she's got the poops today. She's not that interested in her breakfast this morning. I've given her twin lamb and some more molasses. She hasn't eaten any of her ewe nuts, but again, I'm not massively surprised. So the fact that she's alive is good. Her lambs are also alive, at home, happy, healthy. So I'll keep you up to date with the Sue saga. Meanwhile, River she's quite large still, but she did only have 2. She's got a little boy and a little girl. Portia has also got the 2, a little boy and a little girl. We've got our little lammies in this pen. And I'm going to make this a bit larger because we've now got the 4 ewes in here. So I'm going to try and take it out a bit further to the end of Eve's pen. And then we've got 6 girls left to go. I think Juno, who's here, might go today. But we'll see. That's the end of the Sue story for now. And I'll keep you updated.